Hello. Have you ever thought to yourself, wow, I wish I'd watched this show that has a lot of intriguing storylines, but I actually have no fucking idea what's going on? Yeah, me too. That's why I'm gonna have somebody else explain it to me. What the fuck is going on in Adventure Time? Maybe I should have waited to 7 minutes before I dropped the F bomb like that, but this ain't for kids. And if you're for kid, or if you're a kid, why are you here?
I
But that's
mean,
okay.
it's a kiddish show, but it's definitely made more for adults.
Yeah, but you know what? That being said, when I was a kid, I watched far worse than you. So, you know what? Hang out. It's okay. We're gonna watch the story of Adventure Time in 25 minutes somehow, beginning to end, plus distant lands.
Heck yeah, for South Park, am I right?
Yeah.
That's what I used to watch when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, dude. Me too. Far too young. The reason why I don't want to watch this is because I've been like a fake fan for a while. Not really a fake fan, but I would just choose the story arc I wanted to play or I wanted to watch. So like I heard about the Frost King's like story arc with Marceline. I was like, wow, that's so unbelievably sweet. I want to watch that and I watched that. And then I'd seen like the I saw when Finn kisses the rock so he can kiss the fire princess, like by kissing the rock and then she kisses the rock and then they're both like happy.
Wait, so
Uh
you haven't seen the whole series?
nope. Nope. I pick and
Wow.
choose. Yeah, I like the Marceline's like little song thing where she's like singing the "I'm Just Your Problem" song. So I've picked and
Dude,
choose. I've picked and choose what to watch.
I'm
Now,
so disappointed in you right now.
hey, I don't
You would
have
hate Martin.
I don't have time for all this, bro.
You would hate Martin.
Probably, but I have no
He
idea.
reminds Yeah, if you watch the show, you'll be like, "Yep, fuck Martin."
Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that. So welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm just gonna pause right there. Thank you, thank you. This dude, these people do so well on these things. I wish
In
we were
this
skilled
video,
like
we're
this.
going to talk about Adventure Time from beginning to
If I had
end
more
in
time.
detail.
Yeah, yeah, I know you could do it. See, one of the things I did watch was the real, like I watched some episodes like the backstory, and I was like, oh, so it used to be a normal world, and then fucking shit hit the fan. Shit hit the fan, or something.
You need to watch the Citadel episodes.
Yeah, I should probably watch those.
After the world got destroyed by the Mushroom War, humanity went extinct, and magic, new deadly beasts and weird-looking creatures appeared. Humans protected themselves on an island in the middle of the ocean, away from the rest of the world, and they built a civilized community, protected it with a guardian that prevented anyone from going out or getting in.
That's pretty crazy. See, I'm already learning more. And I
Yeah, I
recognize these
want to
apocalyptic scenes because of the Marceline and the Frost King guy,
Ice King.
Ice King. Yeah,
I actually have a figurine of him.
yeah. Honestly, he's one of my favorite characters. And like, I know that the crown warped him and stuff, but he was such a genuine good guy that he was like he was willing to take that risk in order to protect what he cared about. And I think that's like it's like a true masculine thing to do, to be willing to sacrifice everything, including your sanity, for something outside of yourself that you didn't care about.
Simon was a good character. Or are you just meaning Ice King?
Both, technically.
They're both the same, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm talking about like the story that led to him being that. It's a story of
oh,
self-sacrifice, even though it's not your typical self-sacrifice. It was like the sacrifice of his sanity, of himself.
I see, I
And I
see.
think that's noble. You know, it's like a noble thing.
Outside of this island, Earth divided itself into different kingdoms. The Fire Kingdom, the Candy Kingdom, the Ice Kingdom, and the Grass
And when their four powers combine, or there's all harmony until some nation attacked or whatever. I was thinking Captain Planet for a second, but I was also thinking Avatar at the same time, so I goofed. Because it was like when their powers combined, they got, and I was like, a Fire Nation attack? Oh, I don't know.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
AKA the land of Oo, where Finn lived. These
Yeah.
elements have existed since thousands of years ago and have been created by the founders of the Ice Crown to protect the Earth from the comet that hits every 1,000 years. The crown fulfills the
How
wish of the
unfortunate.
person who wears it, but is also dangerous. We're gonna talk more about this later. For
Yeah.
now, let's go back to the civilized community that protects
I
the
hate
humans
that
from the rest of the
bastard.
world.
Yeah,
Humans had
you
different
hate that guy.
occupations, like doctors,
Fuck you, guy.
founders, who were the indigenous people,
That's
the
Martin.
hiders, who try to leave the island, and the seekers, who were trained by Dr. Gross to catch the hiders. One of these seekers, a girl called Carla,
That's
aka
crazy.
Susan Strong, once caught Martin, who was a hider and helped people escape the island, while trying to escape and broke his legs. He then was
Nice.
hospitalized, and it was then when he met Dr. Minerva, fell in love with her, married her, and they had a baby.
And honestly, that's kind of sweet.
I still don't like Martin.
Yeah, but you know, I'm like, this scene's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, just keep watching. You'll see what
One
I'm
night,
talking
a
about.
gang he
All
had
right.
trouble with broke into his house, so he had to run away with baby Finn. Martin crossed
his
the
wife?
island's borders, and so the Guardian attacked him. This is how the two get separated. Minerva sent the best seeker, Susan, to look for them, but even after years of
fucking
searching,
Susan,
she
bro.
just couldn't find them. Then a virus spreads on the island and kills 62% of its people, who were
That's oddly specific and awful.
Yeah.
mostly helpers. So Minerva was the last one alive, and she decided to upload her brain into a computer and create thousands of helpers with it to save the island. Now let's go back to the baby that drifted away by the waves to the land of Oo, where two
That's
yellow
awful.
creatures found him, Joshua, the dad, and Margaret, the mom. These two raised the kid alongside their son Jake, so they grew up together, became
Love the
best
teenage
friends,
Jake.
and lived their crazy adventures in the treehouse. One of the main stories is about Jake and how he got his power. See, he became elastic when his parents were investigating a robbery, and the dad got stung by a weird blur creature. Margaret tried to find a cure, but it was
Top dog. So,
That's fucking hilarious. I never noticed that before.
it was small detail. It was just funny as shit. I kind of wonder what's going on back here.
Oh, that's the baby stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why did this have like a collection of baby stuff? Oh well, we'll find out probably.
too late, and a huge
I hope there's like an insert right here. It's like they never found out. They're still waiting.
tumor grew on Joshua's head. It was a baby, and his name was Jake.
I did not know that. That took me by surprise.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I assumed
Holy-
they had the baby like a normal fucking baby. It's like, no, he got bit by some monster. A tumor appeared on his head and just ended up being a kid. That's crazy.
Well, Margaret got pregnant too with Jermaine, their older brother.
That's so crazy. Okay.
At
okay.
the same time, his mom gave birth to his brother. As for Finn's dad, we don't know much about him except that he left for space, became a thief, and stole gold from planets while riding a huge insect. But
He's a bastard.
He's
I
a
can't stand
badass
him.
bastard, bro. He's out here robbing space somehow.
There's a scene in the Citadel episode where I just bawled. I
Maybe
bawled.
maybe we get there. Maybe we get there.
we'll see
Let's
more of
see.
him later. Now,
Oh, I
let's
think so.
talk about the people that Finn and Jake met.
Yeah,
the
let's talk about those.
Marceline, and the Ice King.
Damn,
Let's
man.
talk about Simon, aka Ice King, and Marceline
My
first,
homie, dude.
because they are connected. The crown we mentioned
Oh,
earlier
Marceline's
made
black,
Simon
by the way.
evil, changed him slowly to
I mean,
the
that's
worst,
cool. I don't
and
care.
caused him to lose his fiancée, Betty.
I just thought like you probably wouldn't have known that.
I didn't. I did
At the
not
same
know that.
time, Marceline
Oh,
was with her
now you
mother
know.
in a crushed bus,
Yeah.
and she told her that she was seeing
Now you
weird
know
dreams.
because you
She
saw her
comforted her
mom.
by saying they might just
Yeah,
be
she's a
familiar
vamper.
events.
She's actually demon. That took
She
the
inherited
souls
it from
of-
her father. Oh, dang, I missed a little. I was trying to read this little like blurb they put there. It's like, I don't know what
Oh
MB
yeah, I
stands
guess
for,
it'll
but
explain it. It'll explain it.
yeah.
Marceline was a vampire because she could suck the creature's souls. One day,
Yeah.
her mom sent her to a secret club and gave her a map, but Marceline discovered that her mom abandoned her because of a note she wrote apologizing for what she did. Her mom
Damn.
was apparently sick and didn't want Marceline to
Oh,
have to
well,
watch her die.
that makes
Lost
sense.
and sad, Simon found Marceline, gave her a puppet, and they became closer and lived a lot of adventures together.
I love
Simon
this.
used the
I watched
crown
this
a
whole
lot, and because it affected him
whole thing.
badly, Marceline asked him to stop using it, and he actually agreed. But he
Yeah.
did have to use it one last time to save her from some monsters. He then had to leave her because he didn't want the crown to hurt her. Marceline grew to be a teenager that hunts demons.
Which led to one of my favorite songs in the whole series. When she's reading his fucking note and song. Oh,
That's such a good song.
yeah. We're gonna listen to it after this.
And she
Okay.
also met a bunch of humans and lived with them
I
for
had
some
to.
time until they were attacked by some vampires, so Marceline protected them by sucking their souls and taking their power.
Yeah,
Those
she just
humans
sucks
then
souls.
wanted to sail to the human island, so Marceline had to leave them. Meanwhile, Simon built the Ice Kingdom in the land of Oo and became the Ice King. Now let's
Yep.
talk about BMO.
Yeah, where's
BMO is the
BMO
character
come
who
in
lived
this?
the longest since the day he was created by a human called Mo. Mo lived all that time through life support. After a life full of hero ships in space, he came back to Earth and met Finn
Fucking
and Jake as
cool
kids.
as hell.
As for Princess Bubblegum, she was born from a massive blob-like hive mind made of pink gum known as the Mother Gum after the war. Another pink
That's
huge gum was
crazy.
with her and she used it to produce energy in the Candy Kingdom. She didn't have a family, but she created one because she was lonely, and with more candy people, she built the
not?
Candy Kingdom. Gumbald, one of the candy people, wanted to be king and build his own kingdom, so he invented a beverage that made candy people dumb and then used them against her. However, she did manage to stop him, gain her people back, and Gumbald ended up becoming a dumb candy. Princess Bubblegum created her own kingdom and
Unfortunate.
protected it with two huge candy giants.
Hell yeah.
Did you see that girl that was standing next to her?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
Finn.
those were the most popular characters of the
Weird.
show. Now let's talk about the fifth
That's him in a
episode where
past life.
everything started. Finn and Jake found the Enchiridion book after great adventures. This book has a long story. In the next episodes,
blew up
we
that
learn
heart.
the love story between Lady Rainicorn and Jake.
I love that story too. Okay, I like this one too. I think it's sweet.
It's cute.
Why
Very
Finn is
cute.
scared of the ocean, who Magic Man is that wanted to kill Finn and Jake, how they met their old role model Billy, and how they
Yeah,
met
good old
Susan,
Billy.
who was hiding underground with some of her friends.
Susan, I don't know if you gained weight or they just decide to draw you like a monster for no reason. From the first
Well, she's a
episode.
Muslim mommy.
Yeah, for
Apparently,
sure.
she lost her memory. As we
Ah.
know, she came looking for Finn, but he
'Cause
doesn't
she's a
know.
finder.
In an episode, she almost destroyed the Candy Kingdom by eating it because she loved candy so much. In episode 24 of the second season, the
Understandable.
worst enemy, aka the Lich,
Understandable.
was introduced. He was imprisoned by Billy in the
Aw,
Candy
that's
Kingdom,
dope as shit.
but he escaped by
Wah!
controlling the mind of the snail. He then left to try to get his power back. Finn and Jake were able to beat him, but he possessed Princess Bubblegum's body and threw her in a hole full of some kind of green material that turned her into a monster. By the end of the episode, Ice King froze her and broke her into pieces. The doctor was able to revive her, but in her younger form, Susan asked
She said there'd
Oh,
be
that has-
reset, bro. What?
That was the funniest scene with Ice King being like, "Oh man, she's 13 years old while I'm out of here."
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I might be a crazy crown possessed asshole, but 13's still too young for me, dog. Later.
Finn for
Right?
help to
The
enlighten
crazy
the
up too.
underground city, and it's here that we see Flame Princess
Oh yeah, dude. Another one of my favorite ones. See, I told you guys. I admit it. I admit it. I'm a tourist. I'm an Adventure Time tourist. I pick and chose what arcs I want to watch.
You know, that's actually a very accurate representation.
Yeah.
for the first
Oh.
time. Finn fell
that?
in love with her at
Aw.
first sight, and they started dating. A bear
he was
also
very
appeared,
toxic to
wanting
her.
to befriend
Yeah.
Finn, act like him, and get rid
I
of
agree.
him. So Finn gave him the Enchiridion book, but the bear took the book to the Lich. Magic
like
Man
a-
was banished by his brother.
Seemed like a sign of like immaturity for him, but I like how it ended. It was kind of nice.
They became friends. That's all that matters.
the
Yeah.
King of Mars, aka
But sometimes it's the
Abraham
best you can
Lincoln,
expect.
after
Abraham Lincoln.
committing
Why
several
is Magic Man
crimes.
with a
Magic
god?
Man switched bodies with Jake so that he
That's
could
Abraham
return to
Lincoln.
Mars and get sentenced to death. Jake died, and everyone knew that he was not Magic Man.
Sorry, that was
so,
Abraham
out
Lincoln.
of guilt, Lincoln asked Death to bring Jake back to life in exchange for his soul. All right, so now
Absolute fire. I didn't know any of that, but that's absolute fire. What great, compelling storyline. And then they turned him into his monument. Fantastic.
to the last episode of season 4, where Finn had a nightmare that the Lich killed Billy, so he went to check up on him and he was fine, and asked them to bring all the princess's diamonds to beat the Lich. So Finn and Jake brought him what he asked for, only to discover that Billy had the Enchiridion book. Billy told them that he found it in a bear's mouth. They then put the diamonds in the book and discovered that the world had different dimensions, and in the middle of the parallel universes, there was Prismo's time room, and that was out of space and time. Later, we
Interesting.
discovered that Billy was the Lich, and that he controlled him to make Finn and Jake grab the diamonds.
Okay, pause a
The Lich
second.
went to another dimension.
That's so interesting.
Yep. You know what's really crazy is he killed Billy and wore his skin to trick Finn and Jake into trusting him.
That's great. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm glad I glossed over that topic, huh? Oh, dude, it's
Yeah,
so
like,
good, though.
Yeah, it's really good, but I didn't catch that right away until I saw a Tumblr post about it. I'm like, holy shit, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's what it was like. Wow, how did I miss that sort of things?
I mean, it's like right there in your face.
I know, yeah, here it is, right here. Ta-da. on this pause scene. Yeah, no, that's a
dimension,
wild.
they end up following him, and they find normal
didn't really
people
look like
who
they
we
wanted
will
to.
talk about later. For now,
How normal was that? He had robot claws for arms.
Oh, there's no magic in that world.
in the time
Oh,
room,
that
the
makes
Lich
sense.
wished for all forms of life to disappear, which changed the course of events, but Finn and Jake didn't get affected by that because they were in the time room. Jake wished for everything to go back to what it used to be, but they realized they would bring the Lich back. So Finn wished for him to never exist in the first place, and like this, the world changed and we see Finn as a normal person, and Jake was his dog and they lived on a farm. We also see Simon, dead under a bomb that he stopped using his ice powers to save the world and freeze it for 400 years. Marceline was an old lady, and in this world, the Mushroom War never happened. Finn took the crown and became crazy, Jake became the Lich, and Finn destroyed the bomb. So everything that happened in the original dimension happened again in this world too. Finn disappeared due to his wish, so Jake was in the time room alone watching everything that was happening in the farm dimension. The original Finn went there because it was he who wished it.
That's crazy. Once
gets
again,
better.
I'm amazed by this level of storytelling. That's crazy good.
The
With
show
one
is
single
so
wish
good.
left, Jake
The
wished
thing is,
for
like,
the Lich's
everything I
wish to
watched
be
I liked,
undone,
right? I just
so
didn't
that
have time
Finn
to sit
could
there
come
and
back
watch
to
the whole
land of
shit.
Boo. Finn and Jake went back to
10-minute
and the Lich
episodes.
stayed with Prismo. The other dimension
Yeah.
stayed as well, and the diamonds went back to
I'm
their
awful.
original owners. In the next episodes, we learn that Jake's wife gave birth.
Oh. I love
Are
this.
they cute?
Yeah, I love this little dude right here. It's
Oh,
just
isn't
like,
she cute?
oof.
That's Charlie.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Forget what all their names are.
I
The one
also
in
like the
middle
fact that
is-
they have a duck.
The one in the middle's name is TV.
Yeah, it's adorable. They're all adorable.
Birth to 5 kids,
Five
and then
kids,
we see
dude.
the ultimate villain, Golb, in a fast scene. We also see the deceptive king of the land of Ooh, who would trick Princess Bubblegum in the future. Finn bought a grass sword from the Grassman for $3. That sword merged with his body, so each time Finn tried to chase it out, the sword comes back to him. He decides to keep it and use it in fights. In the next episodes, Ice King's made his crown stop working because he ruined a magic ceremony by spreading all of his magic all over the place. So, he went back to his normal state, asked Marceline to bring
Oh my
Hambo the
God,
puppet that he
that's
gave her in the
dope.
past, so Marceline hugged them because she missed him. He then used Hambo to contact Betty in the past and apologize, but Betty jumped through the time portal.
Oh. How did I miss this one? This should have been on my to watch list. I didn't tourist hard enough, Megan.
to the future, and here we discover how he lost her. Simon's life was on edge because it was the crown keeping him alive. So Betty took the crown to Bella Noche, the one who made the crown lose its magic. The crown gets its magic back, Simon went back to being Ice King, and Betty disappeared to search for a cure to the crown curse. In the last episode of the 5th season, Finn discovers that his dad is alive and is imprisoned by Billy's soul while floating on water, and it seems like he got over his fear of the water. Finn and Jake went to Prismo and asked him to get them to the prison where Finn's dad is, although the Lich was there at that time too. Prismo asked
the Lich is chilling. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want. I'm cool.
asked them to bring an old man. They did, and Prismo told them that it was him dreaming about himself, and if that old man woke up, Prismo would disappear. The Lich took his chance and killed the old man, but at that instant, a prison portal opened and sucked the Lich inside because he committed a universal crime. Finn and Jake followed him and found Finn's dad. The Lich destroyed the prison, and Finn's father ran away, not caring about him at all. The Lich then attacked
Oh,
Dude,
so you're
it's
my
such
son.
a
Well,
hard-
anyway, dude, I'm gone. Later.
That's the Citadel episode, and it broke my heart.
Can you just imagine him swimming away like, I gotta go get some milk?
That's basically what he
them in
said.
his skeleton form, and Finn beat him using this weird material that turned him into a baby. Finn chased his father, and while doing so, his hand got cut off and a flower came out of it. They end up going back to the land of Ooh with Lich the baby,
That
and
broke
he
my
lived with
heart.
Tree Trunks and
I
her
cried.
husband. Finn got his hand back when a bee fell in love with the magical flower and turned the flower into the grass sword that he was able to use from inside of his hand. Finn got a new sword when he got into a time
That's
loop
so
in his
fucking
dreams,
dope.
and Prismo tried to get his help so that he could come back to life. The other sword was Finn, but from a time formula, and he lived inside of it. Oh, and we also discovered that Prismo was actually alive. By that time, a comet that hits the Earth every 1,000
My brain just fried a little bit. That's so cool.
Huh. You need to watch the show.
Obviously, yeah, I need to watch some more.
years got closer to Mars instead, so Grob Gob Glob Grod sacrificed himself to destroy the comet. We later discovered that
Dude,
the
that's
comet was
fucking
actually
sick.
the spaceship of Finn's dad, who went to Earth after Grob Gob Glob Grod's attack. He finally met his son and told him things about his childhood, but
What?
he still left him to go back and travel space. Betty met Magic Man while looking for a cure for
So
Simon,
crazy.
and they did a
Useless.
magic trick that
It's so crazy. He's like, I'm going back to space.
Bro
Space
is
milk.
like, okay, I know you don't want to hear this, but Adrian's like, literally, that's Greg. And he's like, after he said that, I'm like, yep, you're right.
I'm gone.
failed
I'm
and
gone.
ended up with Betty stealing Magic Man's power and then disappearing. So he became a normal man, and we also discovered that he was only looking for his wife, who was taken away by Golb. We
Oh.
also discover that Gunter was an alien that ruled the universe a long time ago and is named Orgalorg. He used to suck a comet's power. He was also beaten by Grob Gob Glob Grod and ended up on Earth as a
Goddamn,
penguin
dude.
after losing his memory.
Grob
As for
Glob
Finn's
Glob
dad,
Glob's a
he kept on
ass
stealing
whooper.
gold from another planet and escaped on an alien bee. Anyways, now let's go back to Earth.
You know what? He is kind of like Greg, right? Because it's like, damn, what a fucking asshole. But then he's like, and then he stole 6 bucket of nails from a Lowe's and decided to,
Or donut holes.
yeah,
Break into a
donut
bakery
holes.
and
Yeah. Yeah, broke into a bakery and stole a shit ton of donut holes. And it's so
Yes.
stupid, but also really impressive. And you're like,
He was hungry.
yeah, yeah. The nail thing is the one that cracked my ass up. He was stealing 6 buckets of nails from Lowe's at a time, and then riding a bicycle away with them. And it's like
I know.
it's so impressive. It's so stupid.
Where the
I
land
know,
of Uz
that's my dad for you.
Yeah, oh my god, killing me. So it's like, yeah, the resemblance is there. I see it now.
king made a coup and became king by exiling Princess Bubblegum. The 1,000-year comet arrived, so they prepared a spaceship to destroy it. Gunter went with them and transformed into his original form, Orgalorg, sucking the comet's energy and destroying it. Suddenly, Finn's dad showed up and helped him get inside of Orgalorg to stop him from sucking the comet's energy. Finn destroyed Orgalorg with his grass sword, so he turned into another creature, making Finn choose between going back to Earth or staying with his father. Finn, of course, chose the Earth, and the father and his son parted ways once again. Gunter also goes back to Earth, returning to his penguin form.
You like that penguin form. That's crazy.
Now, we got to
I love everything about what just happened. So
Marceline's
Just
8
let-
parts
let-
of the story.
let that be known.
Marceline got tired of being a vampire and wanted to experience the sun, so she asked Princess Bubblegum to extract the vampire's serum out of her. The next
And
day,
she could just do
the
that.
villagers asked Finn and Jake for help to discover who was the vampire that attacked their cattle. They accused Marceline and tried to punish her by exposing her to the sun, but nothing happened to her, which means that she was no longer a vampire. 5 other vampires appeared, and it turned out that they were the ones that Marceline
arc is
fought and took
awesome.
their powers to protect those humans. So when the
Yeah.
serum was extracted, they went back to life. For the
That's crazy. She sucked their powers, stole them, and then when they were extracted, the bucket of goo they just reformed out of it. They're like, "Wow, it's been a long time, but now it's time to do evil and suck a cow."
Right?
rest of the
Yeah,
episode,
pretty
she
much,
killed
huh?
them, sucked their souls, and
Again.
everything went back to normal. But to her surprise, another vampire appeared.
No,
However,
no,
this
another
one
one.
surrendered and wanted the vampire's serum to be extracted from him. While doing
Okay.
so, an accident happened that led to an explosion that created a smoke creature. This creature then tried to destroy the land of Oo, but at the same time, the kings died burning while running away. Everyone was fighting, Marceline killed the creature by inhaling it, and Princess Bubblegum got the kingdom back after the king died. Okay, so now
That is a good arc for sure.
Dude, my
There's like
brain,
5 episodes.
dude, my brain was just like going in circles there. It's like, so suck the vampires out, vampires sucked a cow. She discovers it was the vampires, and then she resucks their soul back in. One vampire surrenders, asks for it to be sucked out. Some explosion happens, a giant smoke goat, which sounds like something you'd call a really heavy weed smoker, comes out of there.
Okay, yeah.
And then
It sounds like
and
a
then-
strain of weed.
yeah, and then the other king gets scared, the dude that tricked all those people. And then he
He
melts
lights
on a
himself
fire. I don't know, and then I'm discovering that.
Now that we're done with Marceline, let's
That's
go
5
back
episodes,
to the
I can't believe
events.
that.
Betty comes back after making a little research about the crown, edited it, and gave it back to him. Prismo then told Jake and Finn that there are problems in the farm dimension because Finn was the Ice King of that dimension, and Jake, the Lich, opened up a portal to many dimensions. And of course, they went to save the world. They got rid of the Lich using the weapon that Prismo gave them.
Bro, I think I'd just say it's not my problem at that point. Like, I can only save so many worlds.
While doing
but
that, Finn got
gonna go
frozen,
Prismo.
but he managed
Yeah.
to get his grass hand to the Lich's hand that fell inside the portals into different dimensions. One of the hands fell into the original dimension. Finn then asked Prismo to get rid of the crown from the farm dimension. Now, we get to the part where Finn's sword broke while fighting with the bandit
No.
princess. This
My
event has
sword.
consequences that we will see later. Magic Man, who is now normal, became the king of Mars and made up with his brother Grob Gob Glob Grob.
This dude without magic just ends up going to Mars and becomes king.
Who didn't actually
What
die,
a promotion.
but only had his parts orbiting the
Sort of.
Earth. Patience is a new character that is supposed to be the inheritor of the ice element from the past, who also froze and came back to gather the other element's inheritors: Princess Bubblegum, Slime Princess, and Flame Princess. We also discover that she is
Are we just not going to talk about somehow they trapped a fire in ice? We're just going to ignore that? Okay, let's ignore that.
not good. More into the show, we discovered that
This fucking Susan, dude, just keeps getting more swole. She started off like reasonably sized, and then
Forgot
she
about
was
that.
buff, and now she's like 42 feet tall. What the hell's going on?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
humans
funny.
are living in another
These
part of the
plots are
world when
great.
Susan's ship broke after she went feral. Finn stopped her using his grass hand, but it got cut off and went inside the sword that the other Finn was inside, and it was like this that Grass Finn, aka Fern, was created. He thought he
I
was the
love
original
Grass Finn.
Finn, but he was only a hybrid between his little self and the grass hand. Fern even moved into the treehouse, and after an argument, he realized that he wasn't the real Finn. He stayed up on the tree, then left to ask the grassy wizard why he created him. He answered that he thought it was cool, and it was
I thought it was cool.
Super valid. Super valid. Why was I created? It was awesome. It was so cool, guys. That's why I did it.
Then when Fern gave him
Also, valid crash out. Valid crash out. Just punching the guy. Also understandable.
a
Yeah.
good beating, and then he just left.
I like how he
He has
uncovers
some
his,
pretty great hair.
yeah, I was gonna say his grass hair with flowers in it.
In this 8-episode part called Islands, lots of secrets will unveil. The episodes start with a huge spaceship that attacked the land of Ooh, and Jake
fucking
destroyed
love
it. In this
Sorry, I expected that to be a little bit more climactic. I keep laughing because it's so unexpected. I'll be like, oh dang, dude, a huge spaceship. I wonder how they're gonna deal with that. And it's just like a giant fist is like, bam. It's like, well, that's done. I'm gonna go home.
spaceship's wreckage, they found a map to an island that kept humans far away from them. They go on a long journey to that island in hopes of finding Finn's mother. They first ended up on Nature Island with a rough nature. Then they met a woman who told them that there were 4 islands, 3 of which were abandoned. The Founders Island was the only inhabited island, and they were humans. Finn finally meets his mother, only to discover that she was actually inside of a robot managing the island through robots. Finn knew all about his parents' past, how he was born, Susan's story, and how his parents fell in love. After a long discussion with his mom, he decided to go back to the land of Ooh, while Susan decided to stay on the island with her childhood friend. The Guardian let them pass following Finn's mom's orders. Once they get back, they found that something was wrong. All people turned into candy people. And here, we get to the 8-episode part called Elements. In this part, Princess Bubblegum was a huge gum and tried to turn them into candy. But before she could do that, Ice King saved them. And for the first time, because they were on the clouds, we see the land of Ooh from above. It's divided into 4 elements. Ice King told them that Patience was the one to blame.
I love this hat. 10 out of 10 hat right here. She's rocking it with those shades and this business suit thing.
She hypnotized the princess and taught them how to use their inherited powers, but things got out of hand, hence the land of Ooh was the way it was. Because of this, they then wanted to fight Patience. They found Betty frozen and took her up to the clouds where she told them that she can figure things out through the Enchiridion book, but she had to get their diamonds first. However, we all know that the book was destroyed, so they had to use the one from the farm's dimension. After a long mission of collecting the diamonds and a few episodes later, they managed to get them, but the moment Betty got her hands on them, she of course tricked them and ran away, leaving them stranded by canny creatures. Luckily, Lumpy Space Princess comes to the rescue and tells Finn and Jake that she didn't become candy because she doesn't belong to any element. Instead, she was a balancing element that held the other elements together. Now, going back to Betty, she uses the diamonds to open a space-time portal.
I love that her thing is like a chip bag clip on her jacket. Logically consistent. And that she just kidnapped her love. He's just over here in a corner just like, she's like, shut up, sweetie, I'll get to you later.
That's funny.
In order to teleport into the past and help Simon, but she fails and teleports to Mars instead of the past, where Normal Man was the king. Ice King gave the Enchiridion book to Finn, and the diamonds came out and orbited around Lumpy Space Princess, where she merged with Earth and everything.
She just looked like she took a big fart right there. I'm just saying.
Went back to normal. Even Jake turned blue just like the alien that bit his dad. And Patience froze herself for 10,000 years. Jake started learning things about
10,000 years, but it said 1,000.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is I just like the fact that she was like, well dang, I lost. And by lost, I mean fuck you guys. I'll be back in the future.
His past, like when he had a dream about his brother, who told him that he had 2 parents, the blue one and the yellow one. his mom and dad, because she was pregnant at the same time. So after a philosophical discussion, he discovered where his power came from and went back to his normal form. Now for the Lich's hand that came from the farm dimension. The hand controlled Sweet Pea to kill Finn, but he was stronger than the Lich and killed him, and this was his end. Fern was behind Finn, wondering why he never gets to enjoy adventures like Finn, even when they were fighting for the stupid people all around. So, he decided to transform into a real Finn and asked him to hang out, locked inside of an ancient building to replace him. But Finn managed to escape, and after a fight, Fern died.
Oh. Poor Fern, man. Rip.
A stranger took Fern's leftovers, this stranger was Gumbald, and he used those leftovers to
I thought that guy was dead.
They'll explain more.
create the Green Knight. He then sent the Green Knight to kill Finn, and the Knight almost beat him, but before he could do so, Gumbald stopped him, and it was then that we learned that they became humans when Lumpy Space Princess saved the land of Ooh. At the same time, an alien kidnaps Jake and tries to take his power so that he would become young again. Here, we discovered why he bit Jake's dad, to pass his power to a victim and then sacrifice it to stay young. Jake still wins and threw the alien into a black hole, but...
Okay. Just like of all the ways to win and kill a guy, they're like, yeah, I don't like you, I'm just gonna throw you in this black hole.
He was evil.
He was stuck on an unknown planet. Jake's brother dreamed about him, and together they go to Normal Man and Betty to get Jake back through tests that they cleared, and they do get Jake back. Betty suddenly decided to go to Golb, who is apparently the god of their world. Going back down to the Earth, Gumbald built the city that he's always dreamed of, and also built an army of robots to attack the Candy Kingdom. But of course, Princess Bubblegum was ready to strike back.
Oh, this is good. Have you seen the end?
In the last episode, while preparing for war, Betty and Normal Man were doing some sorcery that has things to do with Golb. And before starting the fight, Jake threw the sleeping bomb, they all fall into a deep sleep and fight each other in their dreams. Jake plays with his brother just like they used to when they were kids, Finn gets rid of the parasite controlling Fern, Princess Bubblegum made up with Gumbald, and everyone admitted their mistakes and stopped the war. It was at that moment, Golb came down to Earth, turned the army into monsters, and while they were fighting, Ice King tried to stop Betty, but he ended up inside Golb's mouth, and Finn and Betty followed him. Simon comes back, the insides of Golb started shrinking, the monsters were destroying everything including the treehouse, and breaking BMO.
Not the treehouse.
BMO started singing, thinking he might sort things out, and the weird thing was that it actually did. Golb's insides stopped shrinking, and they went out. Betty then put on the crown and wished for Golb to disappear, but it was no use. So she wished for Simon to stay safe.
I wish for Golb to disappear. I wish for Golb to disappear! However it has to happen. I wish for the power to keep Simon safe.
Golb changed his shape and then disappeared after eating Betty. Gunter then wore the crown and it made him look like the Ice King. Fern faded into the air because he was no longer controlled by the parasite and then was buried under the treehouse. Later, we see all the characters happy and humans went back to the land of Ooh.
That's a whole bunch, it's kind of sad.
Is this the end of the video?
I think they have to do the next part, right?
All of this was narrated by BMO, 1,000 years later, narrating the story to Beth and Shermie, who was also the Land of Ooh's king, and everyone else was gone. Shermie sure did look like Jake. Maybe it's his grandkid.
Yeah, that's true. The after the end part, that's what I'm talking about here.
A series called Distant Lands was later released, where we see Finn as an old man, something we have never seen before. He
I love the tattoo of Jake with some flowers on his chest. 10 out of 10.
Jake tattooed on his chest, which probably means that Jake was dead. In the third episode of the series, we see Finn as an old man, and again, Jake was dead. Finn died later in that episode, and he was happy to be joining Jake after death because they agreed to meet in the afterlife and find a way to revive themselves.
The same tattoo, that's dope.
The secret code that they had agreed upon didn't work because there were many levels in the afterlife, and Jake was already in the 50th one. But after a long adventure, Finn finally got there, and that place seemed like heaven because it was peaceful and comfortable. In order to get out of death, they had to fight death, which was the Lich. They beat him, opened a portal, and Finn passed through it, only to be followed by Jake. The gate probably led them to life, or they might have been reincarnated as Beth and Shermie after 1,000 years.
God,
Who knows?
dope as hell, dude.
Jake,
What a great
what are you
story.
doing?
I just had my donkey epiphany.
I'm just coming back for fun. Because it's great being alive with you.
Oh,
Good reason.
that's so sweet.
Let's go back
Now
to
you need to
BMO,
watch,
though. He was telling the story from his
new
own
one.
perspective
Yeah.
Canon
because
Jake.
he sees things with a beautiful
I definitely
filter
do.
on,
This is so
just
good.
as we saw on multiple episodes. BMO also forgot Finn's name.
Belong to my best friend, Fred.
The second
Friend.
season
No,
of
not Fred. His name was Phil.
Jake
Ew.
and everyone else has probably
Huh.
died, except for Finn, because neither the Candy People nor the humans who came to the Land of Ooh were there. They never prospered or reproduced, although they did on the
It
island.
was rough.
So they actually explain more in Fiona and Cake. This video is 3 years
And
old.
that's it, guys.
This was a
Fiona and
fan.
Cake has like season 2 really explains a lot more, and it's
Yeah.
about Huntress Princess, and she's a badass.
Dude, that was so dope, though. What a good video.
You need to watch the show now.
Yeah, I probably do. But this is by Brief Tune, so man, give this guy a like and subscribe. I mean, I'm gonna subscribe to him and like this
You
video.
spelled brief wrong.
Yeah, Brief Tune. I think that's intentional, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, dude, I felt good to learn about this story, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, that was great. Like beginning to end, that was fantastic. And there's so many things that just caught me off guard, made me laugh. So on that note, shit, have a good night. I should have been like, shit, have a good night. All
That's
right.
such a good show.
Yeah.